You know, all of you, the concept that is a local government, you might have heard the word that is called local government so many times whenever you study about the Indian polity or political system of India. This local government is very, very important as far as the democracy is concerned. Many people used to say that local governments are like a pillar to the democratic government in the world. So, hi, this is your social science teacher. Welcome back to our video classes. So, in this lesson, in this video, I'm going to talk about the local government, and this is written in a civics, but here it is written economics, but it doesn't come in the economic section. It comes in the civics, means political science. And already one more thing, in a last previous video, a few topics regarding this local government was covered by your Gulnaz madam. So one more time I would like to start from the beginning, and because of that reason I am starting from the topic, on the first page of the lesson, that is the local government. So that in this chapter we are going to learn about the importance of forming the local government, objectives and functions of the local government, formation, administration, responsibilities and the duties of the local government. So these are the important topics that are supposed to be covered in this video. Next one, first of all, let us understand the concept of the local government historically, means how this local government was evolved in India. So that concept of the local government in India is very, very old. See, and Chola Empire, when you trace back to the local government in India, the Chola Empire was one of the ancient kingdom of India that gave importance for the growth of the local self-government in India. Next one, the British Viceroy Lord Ripton. So when Britishers they came and started to rule in India, at that time the Lord Ripton means Viceroy. At that time he was a British head in India. So head of the British in India, earlier they used to call it as a Viceroy. So Viceroy Lord Ripton, he tabled the bill on the local government in the year 1882. So because of this his initiative, and the bill tabled the formation of the local government, because of that reason Lord Ripton is considered as a father of local government in India. So why? Because after, remember here, when the Chola Empire they were ruling India, few parts of India, at that time the concept of the local government developed, but thereafter in the middle part of India, so that there was no concept of the local government, so that completely local government was taken away. So there was no space, there was no importance for the local government. But when when Britishers they came and started to rule, among them this British Viceroy, that is Lord Ripton, he was the person who started the development of the local government. The bill was introduced, and as a result of that local self-government bill, so that local self-government were strengthened in India. So next, Act of 1919 and 1935 passed by British provided more power to the local self-government institutions in India. So remember, when Britishers they were ruling India, various acts were passed, like 1773 Regulating Act, 1785 and 1909 Act, 1919 Act, next one 1935 Act. So that so many acts were passed by Britishers, and these were meant for the reformation of Indian system. And remember, for first time after the Lord Ripton initiative, so that more important was given, strength was given, teeth was given, power was given to the local self-government through the two acts, that is 1919 Act and 1935 Act. Then to realize the dream of Grama Swarajya of our father of the nation, the government of India adopted a direction was included in the Article 40 in the Constitution of India, which state that state shall take steps to organize the village panchayat. So one concept is very clear, that already that Mahatma Gandhi said that here the real development of India is lying in the development of the villages, and the villages are developed when the villages are given the power. And this happens only with the introduction of local self-government. If there is no local self-government, then villages cannot be given the power. If there is no power for the villages, then villages cannot develop. And already we know that if villages of India are not developed or they are underdeveloped, then India cannot be expected to be developed one. So because of that reason, Mahatma Gandhi he was having a dream, that is a Grama Swarajya. Means he wanted Swarajya means our own state. So that he wanted to make every village like a Grama Swarajya. He wanted to establish the local self-government. So in order to realize the dream of our father of the nation, that is Mahatma Gandhi, in a Constitution of India, especially in the Article 40, it is written that the state shall take steps to organize the village panchayat. So that it is a DPSP given, means directive principle state policy. In last year when you were studying the 7th standard, you were very well aware about the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and DPSP. DPSP means directive principle state policy. So that in the directive principle state policy, under the Article 40, it has been stated that it is a duty of state means government, that is state government or central government. It is a duty of state that state shall take steps to organize the village panchayat. The finally here it is given directive principle state policy, part 4, article 35 to 51, and socialistic, Gandhian, liberal, intellectual. So that these directive principle of the state policy can be categorized into 3 sections. One is socialistic, Gandhian, and liberal, intellectual. So that in these, then the more power was given, or it is directed that our local self-government has to be developed. Next one, as a result of effort, then 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment were introduced, which came into effect in the year 1993, and that became the milestone in the history of the local self-government in India. Remember here, which means already we know that initiatives were taken by Lord Ripton, who is called as the father of the local self-government in India. Then Mahatma Gandhi's dream was to be realized with the help of the Article 40. But from 1950 to 1993, so there was no constitutional bond that local self-government has to be established. There was no constitutional obligation, but only few states like Rajasthan, Karnataka, and few other states, they were having the local self-government, but they were not compulsory. But this having the local government in every state, it was made compulsory with the help of 73 and 74th constitutional amendment, and these came into existent or came into effect in the year 1993. So that this is called Panchayat Raj system. Means we can say the Panchayat Raj system in India, these were constitutionalized with the help of 73rd amendment. Okay. Next one, as a result of that act, means 73rd amendment, which was brought into practice by our parliament introduced this one, and finally the parliament is only the authority in India which can make the certain changes with the constitution of India. Finally in the year 1993, so that 73rd amendment was carried on. As a result of that one, so that local self-government were introduced in India. Now let us understand how the local self-government were introduced in Karnataka. In Karnataka Panchayat Raj Act came into existence or effect as per the 73rd constitutional amendment. Remember, it was made by Parliament of India, Parliament, in the year 1993. And as a result of this 73rd constitutional amendment, all the states of India, they have to adopt their own Panchayat Raj system. Now it is a duty of every state in India to have the Panchayat Raj system. So because of that reason, when state Karnataka also tried to implement the act which was passed by the Parliament of India in the year 1993, we can say that Karnataka Panchayat Raj came into existence in the year 1993 April 24. Remember, this is quite very very important. In various exams I heard that this question was asked, what is the date in which that Panchayat Raj Act was passed, came into effect. This is quite crucial. Next one, here it is given, as per the amendment from the article 243 to 243 clause O, it is not 0, it is a clause O of the schedule 9th Panchayat Raj system is detailed. So that if you want to understand about the Panchayat Raj system, then article 243 to 243 clause O, so that it has been in a detail, it has been explained. Next one, the 74th amendment provides for constitutional status to the civil administration. Now, so 73rd amendment to the constitution which was made in the year 1993, so that is related to only village panchayat, means gram panchayat, taluk panchayat and jilla panchayat. These are called as a local village panchayat, we can say village panchayat. Now let us understand about the 74th constitutional amendment. So that is called 74th, and this is talking about the civic administration, means like a city administration. So cities, obviously we know that in India there are various cities like Bangalore, Mysore, Bombay, Kalaburgi and all. So these are the city. So that in a cities also, then local self-government has to be introduced. So to make it happen, then 74th constitutional amendment was brought into practice. As a result of this 74th amendment, then in cities also certain local governments were introduced in cities. So 73rd, it is related to local government in the villages, and 74th, it is related to cities. Next one, in a schedule 9th clause A, article from 243p to 243gz, the detail, it has been in detail given about the civic administration, means city administration. And in the post-independent period, to establish and strengthen the local bodies, the Karnataka State Panchayat was introduced in the Panchayat Raj Act in the year 1983, and that came into effect in the year 1985. And already we know that in the case of village panchayat in Karnataka, so that was introduced in the year 1993. So this is related to village panchayat. Now city panchayat in Karnataka, we are having so many city panchayat. Let us take example of our Kalaburgi. Even in Kalaburgi also we are having our civic administration, means city administration, like corporation we can understand. And this kind of act came into existence in the year 1983 and came into effect, means it was implemented after 2 years, that is 1985. This is also very very important, please remember. Next one, now we should understand what is meant by local government. The democratic institutions at the grassroots level helps to solve the local problem at the local level with the cooperation and involvement of the people is called local government. That what they are in simplification, in simple words, if you want to understand, see, if the local problems are resolved at the local level by the local people, and that can be called as a local government. Now let us say one village is there, let us say it is a Kapnur. So that now in Kapnur various problems are there, and if the problems of Kapnur are resolved by the people of Kapnur themselves, then that will be called as a local government. So that here the problems of the Kapnur cannot be resolved by the Prime Minister sitting at Delhi or the Chief Minister sitting at Bangalore and all. So they cannot understand what the small village is having the problem. Only the people who are living in that village, they can understand what actually the requirement are there in that village. So because of that reason, instead of imposing the rule by central government or state government, if the people who are living in that village, if they are empowered to solve their own problem, then obviously that system can be called as a local self-government. Now let us go to another. Here is the clear picture, you can understand. So that here a discussion is going on. The people who are sitting under the tree, they are means those people, they are related to that village. So this kind of the discussion, deliberation is to take place, and they try to understand the problem and what kind of the remedies that they can take to resolve the problem. So that this kind of system is called as a local self-government. Next, local self-government becomes the basic for the decentralization of the power, we can say. Here power is missing, so that local self-government is meaning to decentralize the power. Power has to be decentralized. The power should not be concentrated only in the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister. So now he is the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister power are distributed among all the states, and all the states, they are given the power to all the local government. So that central government, state government and local government. And this is called decentralization of power. Power is not concentrated in one person. The power has to be decentralized. So that power has to be given to the state. Even the state, they further give the power to the local government. So this is the concept is called decentralization of power. And the main intention of this local self-government is to decentralize the power. If the power is decentralized or power is distributed among the various people, even to the local people, then that is a base for the development of the democracy. Next one, this is renowned as a Karnataka Grama Swaraj and Panchayat Raj Act in the year 1993, and an amendment was taken place in the year 2015. So certain amendments took place. Now let us understand what are the important objectives of the local government, what are the main important intentions, so that it will involve the local people in solving the local people. Remember here, now let us say, so local people means village people. So this act means local self-government act, it will enable the people of local to solve their own problem, so that this involvement of the local people can be seen in the local self-government. Next one, it will provide the knowledge of the administrations to the common people. So these are the common people, they are not fully educated, though they are not fully educated. So knowledge of the administration is inculcated among the people, common people, with the help of this local self-government. So that local self-government will make or enable the local people how the administration or how the ruling is carried on, how the government is run, how the problems are discussed, how they are resolved. So this knowledge will be given to the local people. This is quite important. Next one, this local self-government, it will help in decentralizing the power and make the administration more efficient. And remember, if the power is decentralized, then the work will be done with more efficiency. If there is no decentralization, if the power is centralized only in one person, then the development will be very much difficult. So because of that reason, the most important focus has been given for the decentralization, especially in the democratic countries like India, America, UK, France and all. But if you go to China and all, so there is no decentralization of power, only there is centralization of power. Means power will be given only in the central government. So no power will be given to the local government, no power will be given to the state government. So this decentralization of power can be seen only in the country which has adopted the democracy. And it will train and develop the leadership quality among the common people at the grassroots level. So that people who are living in a village, so if they are having the leadership quality, that will be identified and those qualities will be further developed and training will be given to the people, so that how they can be a leader. So that leadership quality will be inculcated among the common people and the training will be given in that direction with the help of local self-government. So that remember how the local self-government is very, very important, especially for the development of the common people at the grassroots level. Now here and it will maintain and functions the local self-government. Next one, and it will prepare the annual budget the local body. So that annual budget means financial or 1 year budget. Annual means 1 year budget. Obviously we know that it is related to money. So total income and outcome of a particular village can be called as a budget, we can say. Total income and total expenditure. In common language we can call it as a budget, and the budget is introduced in the local body. So this kind of training will be given to all the people. Next one, to undertake the health and family welfare programs. So here this is also one of the important objectives of the local self-government. Next one, to plan, undertake the development work like laying of the road, electrification, housing, supply of the drinking water, so that so many facilities which are required at the grassroots level, especially the people who are living in the village, so these will be undertaken with the help of local self-government. Next one, to to encourage and implement the primary, secondary, adult and informal education program, so that primary, higher education, formal, informal and adult education, so these are given important with the help of the local self-government. Next one, to maintain cleanliness and sanitation of the areas. Next, to prevent all the sorts of the pollution and to provide the better health facilities. Next, to provide the facilities for the distribution of the essential commodities like food, grains, kerosene. These are the important things are provided to ensure the prompt registration of the birth and death rate. Next, to encourage the agriculture, animal husbandry, khadi, handicraft industry, and so many things. So, next one, to encourage the agriculture. This is means this is over. And undertake the program for the conservation of the soil, water and forest. Already we know, because of the pollution, because of so many natural calamities, so the soil is getting polluted, waters are also getting polluted, forest is deforestation is taking place. So these can be stopped, these can be improved with the help of only one program, one system, that is a local self-government. Next one, to plan, implement the welfare schemes for the benefit of the SC, weaker section, women and children. So these are the benefit is given to the common people, especially these sections we can see: small children, SC, next OBC, other backward classes. Now, source of income, from where the source of income is there. So how the income is earned in the local government. So that amount collected through the water cess means tax, health cess, education cess, library tax, reading tax. So that from these only the income is coming for the local self-government. And amount collected through the building tax, vacant land tax, tax on the business establishment, market, entertainment and advertising bodies. So from these then tax is collected, and obviously that will become the source of income for the local self-government. And tax collected from the tourist spot, and rental, lease amount collected on their property related to government, and financial grant from the state government, central government. So these are the important things that we should understand. So today these are the important topics that I have covered. In further topic will be covered in the next video. Thank you all.